morning, Mr. Rifiel. I am Attorney Aton, and welcome to Aton and Miranda
Thank
Law
you.
Firm. Together with us right now in our Zoom meeting session is Attorney Fevi, Attorney Fevi Miranda, rather, and we we really hope that we can serve you the best that we can do. And may we know right now how may we be able to assist you?
Hi, Attorney Aton, Attorney Febby. I'm hoping that you could actually help me with my BIR assessment case. You were introduced or endorsed by my friend that you guys were one of the best lawyers in the city.
Okay, so hello. First, I'd introduce myself. I am attorney Miranda. So I would like to ask first, how do you want us to address you? Would you like us to call you with your first name or your family name, Miss?
Oh, anything is fine, Attorney. You can call me by my first name if you want.
Is that Erica?
Yes,
That's fine.
Attorney. Yes,
All right.
Attorney.
So I've heard your response. I'm glad to hear such feedback from your friends. So may I know who this friend is?
I'm not sure if you remember her, Attorney, but her name is Glory Arroyo. She came here last year actually, because she was seeking advice with a case similar to mine, her tax assessment case, and she told me that you guys gave her a good negotiation. Uh, she was able to reach a good negotiation with the BIR.
Yeah, I remember Glory. She was actually very delightful with those times that we had a conversation. Before it was actually face to face because it was pre-pandemic, but right now, well, we will also try and give the best that we can do in order for us to help you with your situation right now, Miss Erica, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and then it was just so sad that her husband was it was just actually so sudden accident, and then that was one of the reasons whereby she wasn't able to give us the necessary documents despite of the advices that we were able to give her. But you have also mentioned earlier, Miss Erica, that your case is kind of similar with her case. Was it
Yes,
right?
yes, attorney. We somehow have the same case or very similar because you see, my husband passed away, but he passed away 30 years ago. After his death, we moved to petition to probate the will. Um, but the probate proceeding is still pending, and then they're asking us to pay for the taxes. But how am I going to pay the taxes when the assets are not liquidated and I barely earn enough for my family right now? And I don't have money at all. So I wish you could help me, attorney Aton and Miranda.
If I heard it right, Miss Erica, was it 30 years?
Yes, attorney, 30 years.
Thirty
He's
years.
been
So may
gone
I
for
know the
long.
reason why it took you 30 years before you made some move or action regarding this BIR assessment though?
Um, I don't want to say anything bad about the government, but I actually or really think rather um that the government is against us. The government actually already have several properties of my husband, but and to think my husband even served Talisay City for 40 years as mayor. That's very heartbreaking to know that after 30 years they would do this to us.
Um, that is really unfortunate, Miss Erica. So
Yes.
I'd like to ask, why do you think the government is against your reputable family?
Jealousy, maybe. I'm not sure, attorney, because after serving so long, they accused him of being a corrupt official when in fact he's not. He actually served the city from the bottom of his heart. They accused my husband of gaining illegal wealth. All of his wealth were apparently ill-gotten. I don't know why they started to gain sudden interest during the second term of my husband as mayor. But however, I noticed that the tabloids were starting to sprout everywhere. They're questioning how he was able to afford multiple properties. But they don't know that before he even became a politician, his family were already quite rich. They had a lot of properties and assets. And obviously, when his parents died, my in laws, the properties would be inherited by him. He's an only son, so all of the properties would come to us. I'm not bragging, but that's the truth, attorney.
Okay, so Miss Erica, I would like also to confirm you mentioned
Mhm.
earlier that the government has gotten properties of your family, right?
Yes, attorney.
So we would like to ask, how did this happen? Would you like to expound more or give us reason as
Mm.
to why this happened?
From what I remember, even before the end of his second term was done, some of the properties has been tagged or were tagged as illegal gotten, and were frozen by the government. So obviously, it went to the government. It was being held by them, which is very unfair and ridiculous. If I were to say so myself, this was why the will is yet to be probated. It's taking so long for the courts to decide, and it's just a matter of fact if the will is valid or not. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only thing they should do. They're going to do with the probate. Actually, they're violating our right for speedy trial, attorney, diba?
Um, with that matter, Miss Erica, may I know, are there already notifications or notices coming from the BIR pertaining to these assessments?
Yes, attorney. I have it here with me, but it's kind of hard to show you on the camera. But I sent it earlier via email before our
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah, I see here that Miss Erica, you have been
Mm-mm.
notified regarding the BIR assessment, and it also says here that there this case has already been final and executory already. May I ask again, were you able to make some protest regarding this matter?
No, attorney, of course not. I was so busy after my husband died because we have five children, you see. But the protest, the people love my husband so much that they protested on the streets. They protested the decisions of the government and of the court on the streets. Isn't that enough, attorney?
Um, we also like to ask now here, Miss Erica, if other than those protests, none of the heirs filed a protest from the BIR?
No, because my children were still minor. Excuse me, attorney. My children are still minors, some of them, and some of them are very busy with their career because they're also actually look up to their father a lot, and now they're serving the country like their father. They're also politicians in our province.
All right, I see, Miss Erica. So
Yes.
this is why the assessment reached 3.5 million pesos when the
Mm-mm.
original assessment before was only for 1 million pesos, Miss Erica.
Yes, I'm so shocked by the amount, attorney, because since the properties were already confiscated and my husband dead, we're barely making our ends meet. You should know by now that I'm a single mother. I never remarried after my husband died, and I only have like a mediocre job, and our businesses isn't doing that well as well. So I raised my children alone. My children are also just starting their careers.
Yeah, we completely understand your
Yeah.
situation right now, Miss Erica, and all of those single mothers out there for sure they will feel you. But by any chance, Miss Erica, were you able to file some cases or any petition regarding this non-payment of the taxes?
No, attorney, I haven't. No, not so far.
Okay, that is good to hear because with that what we can help you right now is we can apply for a tax compromise with the BIR, and
Mhm.
from there since you have mentioned earlier that you have not really made some or made an action, file a complaint or any petitions at all regarding this. So Attorney Fabi later will going to explain you on the grounds or possible grounds that we can use in order for us to to have a compromise properly with the BIR.
Yes, 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 Miss Erica. So as what Attorney Aton said, I'd be telling the following grounds that are valid for us to be able to file for the compromise. So the following grounds are the doubtful validity and the
Mhm.
financial incapacity. So we would like to ask, do you have with you any documents that could prove your financial incapacity, Miss Erica?
Yes, attorney, I have. I have my ITR. I can email it to you as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that would be good, Miss Erica.
Yes, yes, right, Miss Attorney Aton, rather. So we have a good case here, right? So
Yes.
it's in your ITR that your annual income is only 300,000 pesos. So do you still have dependents, Miss Erica?
Yes, because out of my five children, only two are the ones graduated. I still have two college students and one high school student, and all of them still live with me.
I see. Okay, so
Mhm.
if you could provide us with more documents, proofs that reflects your income, your expenses, and that can prove that you cannot pay the 3.5 million pesos that we can negotiate with the BIR. That's fine
I
with you.
I really can't, attorney. 3.5 is too much. But can I ask, attorney, why I'm being assessed with such a big amount even when the probate is not done? Is that even allowed, attorney?
Yes, Erica, Miss Erica, in order for you to completely understand this matter, um,
Mm-mm.
the reason behind the assessment is because of the assessment inheritance, the what you have got from your late husband. So from there, it can be viewed that to complete in order for the BIR to complete with the settlement of the estate, then
Mm-mm.
it is that is why they took that steps in order for them to get the proper amount and to assess all of the properties that your late husband has, and also it is the duty of the probate court to make an amount with respect to the inheritance taxes, which
Mm-mm.
the decree of the distribution of the estate will come later. And in addition, also, Miss Erica, it is actually not against the property of the decedent, nor it is not a claim against the estate, but it is technically the interest or the property right whereby the ear legatee or some of the devices, in this case
Mm-mm.
it is you, Miss Erica, because you are now the surviving spouse, and also with your remaining children right now. And
Mm-mm.
um further, it is actually not a suit or a controversy between the parties again, because I have mentioned it is with respect to the interest or the property itself that you, as part of the heir of your late husband,
Yeah.
might going to receive it. Were you able to get it, Miss Erica?
Um, I see. I see. I wish I knew about this, attorney.
Yeah. And further, Miss Erica, however, under the law, it was actually being held that the hearing and the determination of the cash value assets and the determination of the taxes are adversary in nature. So that is why the proceeding has been held to be necessary a proceeding in rem. So, anything else you would like to
mm,
say, Miss Erica?
I see. I wish I knew about this, attorney. This would have been very much more easier with me right now if I knew about this before. I would not have waited for so long and have the penalties reach millions.
Yeah, you're right, Miss Erica. We also feel the same way for you. But
Mm.
so now, as you start to try to settle and resolve your case or your problem, how do you wish to continue with this case, Miss Erica? Do you want us to try in the law with compromising?
Yes, attorney, if that's the best way to do it, please try.
Great. Okay, so we will definitely help that we will be able to reach a compromise that is
Mm.
lesser burden to you, Miss.
Thank you so much, attorney. How are we going to go about this issue, by the way? What do I need
Great,
to do?
great. Good that you asked for that, Miss Erica. So
Mm.
first, we will first draft a request letter to the BIR, Miss Erica.
Okay, if there's anything you need, just let me know and I will give you all the information or documents that you need, attorney. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Erica, also, and we really hope that we can serve you the best that we can do in order for us to settle this issue regarding the assessment of your
Mm.
late husband, and now you are
Yes, attorney.
currently facing with it right now, and have it compromised with the BIR as soon as we can with the BIR, and as soon as we can settle this, and then at least we are giving you the
Mm-mm.
services that you deserve as well.
Yes.
And
Mm-mm.
thank you once again.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Miss Erica.
Attorney
Have a good day.
Miranda, Attorney Aton. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you. Goodbye, Attorney.
Good morning, Attorney Lianda and Attorney Sinieres. So thank you very much for accepting my invitation for this conference and also lending me your time.
It is always our pleasure to be of service to you.
Good
So
morning, Mrs. Penelosa. So, what can we do for you today? What is this meeting all about?
okay, actually, I won't take much of your time. I would only like to ask a few questions because so I'm here in behalf of the BIR. We would like to seek for your legal advice. So we received a letter from Ms. Torifiel requesting for a compromise agreement on her payment for her estate tax. So before we actually put an action or decide on this matter, we would like to ask for your legal advice as a legal counsel.
Okay, so maybe see her document.
Actually, I have sent it to Attorney Leanda a few days ago. Can we verify if she received it?
Okay, give me 1 minute. I actually have to check. Oh, yes, I did receive it. Okay, it's all right. It's written in here that her income documents and Mrs. Torrefield's income statements, it shows that she is financially incapable of paying the 3.5 million peso assessment.
Yeah, that's right. And so what would you suggest us to do with this matter?
Okay, our suggestion is that you accept the proposal because rather than pursuing something that we have zero chances of getting, let's agree with a compromise with Mrs. Torrefiel so that at least we can have a collection.
Oh, I think
Okay,
that's
so
okay.
What do you think,
so
Chelsea?
yeah, I think we should follow that. And then after this conversation, I think you should revert back to the assessors and have them reassess. So have this compromise approved once you're finished with the assessment, and that always remember that in the compromise agreement you can compromise penalties, but remember that surcharges are non-negotiable, right?
Okay, thank you to both of you, Attorney Leanda, Attorney Sinieres. So we will have it prepared, the documents, and have the and send it to the requester rather.
Also, one more thing, please also remember that a compromise is consensual. Therefore, both parties must approve the terms of the compromise for the compromise to prosper. So don't forget to document Mrs. Torrefiel's consent for the compromise.
Right. Thank you very much for that reminder and for that very last note. So that's very much it of my questions. It's just I hope I didn't take much of your time.
It's okay.
So that's pretty much it.
No, no, it's not a bother. So, in case you have some questions in your mind or some quick questions, perhaps, please don't hesitate to contact us again. All right?
Okay. Thank you very much again to both of you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Peñalosa.
Good morning to Attorney Aton.
I am Attorney Aton, and together with me right now is Miss Attorney Favi Miranda, and we are the legal counsels of Miss Erica. We are so glad that you agree you agree with us to have a meeting today, and also um to inform you that pertaining to the compromise agreement, we are accepting your offer for an amount of 1.5 million pesos.
Yes, very well. So I would like to ask your client for to sign the documents and then proceed to the next counter to have your liabilities settled.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Peñalosa, we would relay that message to our client. Thank you very much for considering our compromise agreement. Have a good day.
Okay.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day,
Have a
Miss
great
Peñalosa.
day. Thank you.